with specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv, sponsored by DP&L. Stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun, food, and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
Game number 3 today here inside the Trent Arena. The Flyin to the Hoop Classic is a good one between two teams from the state of Ohio. Springfield Wildcats at 9-3 are the home team today under Isaiah Carson. They've got a couple of kids that you'll hear about on the basketball court and the gridiron, and Cordell Looney headed to Kentucky to play football, and Darius Harper for basketball at Miami of Ohio, taking on the Associated Press's number 13 team in Division I in the Massillon Jackson Polar Bears under 60-year head coach Tim DeBevick and what he calls his dream job at the head of the Polar Bears squad. 2010 state champs, lost 63-58 on Friday to Canton McKinley. They're still 9-2 on the year, and they are looking at a starting lineup that looks like this. Number 4, Justin Johnston, a 6'2 senior, along with Ben Seaman, a 6'1 senior, wears number 31. Jake Pilata, 6'1 senior, wears 33. Kyle Young, special mention to All-Ohio last year, wearing 35. 21 points a game for the 6'8 junior, being recruited by Clemson and Purdue, among others, along with Illinois. Logan Hill, who's got both the BG and Toledo coaches in the crowd looking at him. He wears 41. He's a 6'5 junior. Said the coolest moment for him during his recruiting was that he had UNC Charlotte head coach Mark Price come down and take a look at him when he offered Kyle Young. For the Wildcats in the gold, Michael McKay wears 1, Callis Arnold at number 3, Danny Davis, ton of football offers for number 10, a 6'3 junior, Antoine Johnson, 21, and Darius Harper, number 3, in the middle, who you'll see jumping up the area. Going left to right, there you see in the gold jerseys with the blue numerals, the purple for the Polar Bears. That's going to be Springfield with the ball first and swatted away. Pretty emphatically, a very long reach for these Polar Bears, and Logan Hill at 6'5". Springfield will inbound as you see Darius Harper underneath the basket. A little quick shot off the mark for Danny Davis. Ball kept alive, but Springfield turns it over for the first time. And immediately we get our first foul. It took just 20 seconds. Springfield coming off a win on a Friday night. They will next, they've got some really good opponents coming up in the next couple of weeks as they try and get deeper into GWalk play, where right now they stand at 2-2. The foul went on Danny Davis, a 6'3 junior. And here you see the Polar Bears on offense, averaging 64 points a game. A lot of length, threw down a lot of dunks in the first quarter, or in the pregame. And the first 3 ball of the game goes from Jake Pilata, averaging 3 points a game. He's got 3. And Jackson on top of Springfield, 3-0. Drop step off the glass won't go for the big guy in Darius Harper. Again, headed to Oxford to play for Miami. Just a big body. Has really grown into it the last couple of years and become a much bigger force for Springfield. Now he'll chase the shot of Young, and it'll come down for the Wildcats. Driving through traffic all the way from one end to the other. Didn't take very long for Antoine Johnson to get his first 2 points. He averages 8, he's got 2. Takes off the turnover. So 2 now for Jackson. 6:31 to go in the first quarter. Good looking ball fake there from Callis Arnold. Callis will run the screen to the free throw line and just let Danny Davis show off the dribbling skills. He's in the top 3 in the G-Walk in pretty much every category, including 3-point shooting and scoring at 18.5 points per game. His Wildcats turn it over. Behind the legs dribble for Justin Johnston. Now you'll see spotted up on the right wing as the Polar Bears work back up top for head coach Tim DeBevick. He was an assistant for that state title team. Grew up in Barberton, just a handful of miles away, and sees his star in Kyle Young get his first 2 points. And maybe a little shuffle of the feet. Shot won't go. Chase the rebound. Harper had it stolen away from him again. His team down 5-2. No offensive rhythm on a hop. Ben Seaman with the throw inside. It'll get Logan Hill a pair of free throws. Logan has a much more impressive beard as a junior than I can grow as an adult. There you get a good look at it. Shoots 60% from the free throw line. Up and in. So the last 3 guys on the scorebook in Pilata, Young, and Hill have 3, 2, and 1 respectively. As Darius Harper takes a seat for Coach Isaiah Carson. You see there him there on the right side. Free throw good for Logan Hill. Now 7-2 is the advantage. Each one of these games, the 2 odd games, the first and the third with Northridge and Yellow Springs, and now this one, have featured the visitors getting off to quick starts. Leonard Taylor, the sophomore, in for the first time. You see him there in the post off the miss. Did not even get close to the rebound. Did Springfield, but Jackson so quick right now, one of the founding members of the Federal League, and I bet you that Ben Seaman wishes that he had that shot back. Actually, I'm sorry, Jake Pilata wishes he had that shot back. Seaman probably wishes it too, as he's just looking around saying, I got to get that one. I got to get another one to redeem myself. Almost halfway through this first quarter already as it speeds by. Game 3 of 7. Ball in the air and in the net for Michael McKay. 15 points a game, his first 3. A 6-foot junior. Defense fell asleep, and Logan Hill adds 2 more to his tally, puts his squad up by 4. Speeding back the opposite way is Danny Davis. 18.5 points a game for the junior, his first 2. So everybody getting their first 2 points of the game in a line at back corner lob. Now on the turnaround, 2 defenders close for the Wildcats. And the shot misses off the back iron and is pulled down for Springfield. A chance to tie or go ahead. They'll go for the second option. But on the crossover step back, Danny Davis can't connect. Shoots 35% from behind the arc. But good looking shot off balance there. He's 1 of 2. Now here is Jackson with the basketball. Jackson, one of the better teams in Stark County. If you know anything about the history of Northeast Ohio basketball. And Justin Johnston has his first 2. One of the premier jobs, and again, why Coach Tim DeBevick called it his dream job. Off balance, off the near side of the rim for Antoine Johnson. Had 2, couldn't get his 4th. His team trailing 11-7 now down through the lane. Ball stripped away from behind. Fired into the corner and into the rim. Justin Johnson went for back-to-back makes. Could not connect. Springfield now on the move. Here comes Davis around the offense as he gets set. Trying to maybe clear things out a little bit for Antoine Johnson. No, it's going to be a long NBA 3 that comes up short for Leonard Taylor. Polar Bears come down with the rebound. Here come the Bears again as a three. Justin didn't work from one side. Might as well try it from the other side. That one's good, and it's 14-7 Jackson. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. A quartet of subs upcoming for the Polar Bears. After the timeout, you'll get to see Darius Harper come back in for Springfield as well. And you see a couple of these replays and just how well things are going for the Polar Bears. They're executing perfectly. Screen back out top, right in the middle. Nobody even near where that shot was taking place from. And a big part of why it is now 14-7 in favor of Jackson. 5 different players with points in the game. As you get a look at a couple of those players, Michael Zitney into the game for the first time for Jackson. Michael threw down some really nice dunks in the pregame. See if he can do anything remotely like that during the game. A 6'9" junior, one of 3 players 6'8" or taller, and one of 5 players 6'5" or taller for Jackson. Feed into the block, able to back down is Harper. And the future Miami baller draws the first foul on Zitney. Also in Kyle Nicholas, a 6'2" junior for the Polar Bears. Jarrett Pallotta, a 6'5" sophomore, sees Darius Harper miss his first. And Shane Kelly, a 5'10" senior for Coach DeBevick. Both off the back of the rim, and Harper shoots just 32% from the free throw line, something the Redhawks will want him to get a heck of a lot better on in a hurry, no doubt. Ball missed, maybe partially blocked, or at least altered. Springfield needs a 2 to get within 5, or they can just get a 3 and get into double digits. It seems to be that their MO has been to try and get that 3. Good little crossover by Davis, skips it across. And that ball, I'm not sure that even caught the rim before Jackson comes away with it. Down to a minute 45 in the first. Into the corner, here's another ball away off the back of the rim, and pulled down by Darius Harper. First in the G-Walk in field goal percentage at 70. Second in rebounds. And he shows why there, but another block. The length of the Polar Bears bothered him. He had 3 shots at it and couldn't get any of them to go. 8.3 rebounds. He grabbed a pair. Here comes Zitney into the front court. Throws it and is knocked out of bounds by Darius Harper. As you see Jarrett Pallotta, he will inbound the basketball. So you got Shane Kelly. 5'10" is not really short in comparison of real world size, but when you see young men like Kyle Young, who's almost a foot taller, you realize he's not that big of a kid. Rebound comes down to Leonard Taylor. You can spot him with the shooting sleeve on the right arm. Now he'll get up on the horse and gallop into the front court. Back out front, a minute left in the quarter. Nobody has scored in roughly 2 minutes. And it's still 14-7 Jackson. Impressive when you consider how well that they utilized their offense in the first part of this quarter. And a little shove from Danny Davis gets him his second foul. Tried to create that separation. Oh, they must have given it away from the ball to Jeremiah Ward, the 6'6" senior. It looked pretty obvious from here that Danny Davis tried to create separation with the left arm. Final 30 seconds of the first. Drop pass to the basket. It'll be Michael McKay who has the foul go on his column for Springfield. That is their 4th. Just 1 against Jackson. And that'll send Michael Zitney to the free throw line. Michael just 4 of 12. No, he didn't go to the line. He looked like he tried to buy the shot. He was 4 of 12 either way from the free throw line. 3-pointer. Up and down for Shane Kelly. Averages just 2 points a game, but gives his team a 10-point lead at 17-7. Final 15 seconds of the quarter. Springfield needs to get something going forward momentum-wise in a hurry as they go into the quarter. Rebound from the same guy was missed by Davis. Now pulls up on a triple. Short again. Final 4 seconds. Here come the Polar Bears in a hurry. Got to the basket, and that'll do it with the first quarter as Shane Kelly ends the quarter with 5, and Jackson on top 19-7 after 1 here on SUVtv.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
So not only do the Polar Bears get 5 straight points to end the first quarter, they get the basketball back to start the second. They lead by 12 here in the third game of the day. Beautiful pick and roll, and on the screen game, just continuing to abuse the defense. And Michael Zitney now. I said about his free throw shooting, apply what I said earlier to now. He's 4 of 12. If that is on Jeremiah Ward for Springfield, that is his second. Fouls right now are 5-1 as you get a look at that second part of the replay. And the subsequent foul on the opposite end goes on Jake Pilata. Zitney missed the free throw. So now you see it out of bounds. My guy Bryant Billing down there, sitting down there taking pictures, just trying not to get run over. There's a lot of big guys on the floor right now for Springfield. Danny Davis, kind of hit or miss in terms of being the scorer for this squad. He's got terrific handles, and he can really fly with the basketball. He's got more football offers, as he can pick a Big Ten squad, and he's probably got an offer from them. Ball up in the air long enough to get Kyle Nicholas to commit his first foul. And it's 21-7. You see Coach DeBevick in the background, trying to figure out exactly where he wants to go. He can go to anybody with length. Again, 5 kids 6'5" or taller, and they have wreaked havoc on 6'9" Darius Harper so far. In the NFL playoffs, Carolina up 21-0 on Seattle in the second quarter. Nicholas commits the foul. Clark Mikesell, a 5'11" junior, into the game for the first time. You see him at number 12 as he will check in and replace Kyle Nicholas. A shot good for Danny Davis. Danny with his 4th point. Mikesell, he's got a sister named Taylor who's a sophomore. She is one of the 5 best players, not only in Northeast Ohio, but probably in the entire state of Ohio in girls basketball. Pretty much every D1 school you can think of offered her as a freshman. The miss, again, Darius Harper having a heck of a battle down underneath. He's got 5 rebounds, but just cannot get any putback to go. The length just really bothering him. He's not used to having kids that big across the board standing in front of him. There's some big kids in the G-Walk, but not the size that Jackson has right now. The ball inside, and a skip of the feet for Michael Zitney will cause him to turn over the basketball. Jackson's done a good job of mixing back and forth into the zone, and it has really flustered Springfield so far. 21-9 in the early part of this second quarter. A tremendous slew of college coaches in the building watching all of the Flyin to the Hoop Classics. We can go back and check out Tom Izzo on Friday night and see how impressed he was with a lot of the kids in the building. Michael McKay came up way short on the triple. He had one in the first quarter, thought he could get another. Now motoring down the floor and just sort of hanging up was Justin Johnson. He got himself under the basket, didn't have a lot he could do, and just ended up throwing it right off of the nearest Wildcat. Easy to spot with the bright yellow jerseys on. Alley-oop! Missed on the slam. Yet to see anybody connect with that here in the 2 days that I've been here. But it won't keep them from trying, and it's easy to do if you've got a kid who's 6'9" coming to the basket. Springfield averages 71 points a game, but kind of a subjective thing when you consider the fact that GWalk not really known for its defense. Danny Davis with a crossover and the step back, and he sees a timeout in Jackson's future. As you get another look at it, just watch the separation, gets to the free throw line. Oop, never mind. See you later, Justin Johnson. And up and in, 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half on SUVtv.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by DP&L, stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
Midway through the second quarter, as we get back to action, Jackson bringing the ball into the near court. You see Justin Johnston with the ball. And a 10-point lead for the Polar Bears. Bears now with the basketball, feed back to the free throw line. Wanted to get it inside. Instead, they'll go for three. Kyle Young, he has got the fourth different make. It's 4 3-pointers from 4 different players for Jackson as they balloon their lead to 13. Look at the pressure here from the Bears. They had 3 out high. Now they drop step in the dunk. The big guy, and Darius Harper with the flush. That is his first 2 of the game. Harper, second team GWalk last year, honorable mention in 2014, showing the thunder in his game right there. A big body, and his team's still down 11, but he is going to make a highlight reel play as you get another look at it. It's good ball movement again. Like you see him just kind of sag behind the defense. They go to play the perimeter, and he just thunders one in for his first 2 points. 24-13 as we go back to the regular action. Good passing until the one down to the block. Harper made the best of it. Missed on the drop step. Ball comes way out to midcourt to Justin Johnson. Now to Kyle Young. A pass inside. Perfectly placed camera shots on the basket for Logan Hill. It made me a little nervous that that ball was going to come through and land in the third row. 26-13. That lead continues to stay at double. The runner from McKay won't go. And I saw Leonard Taylor wanted to do the putback slam, but didn't have remotely enough height. Speaking of height, here is Jackson with the ball. If you're going to leave a shooter like this open, he's going to knock it down. Ben Seaman. 3 ball, 5th different player now to hit one of those for Jackson. A lackadaisical pass across the middle of the lane for Taylor. Ball backed into the post, little up and under for Harper. And Pilata didn't want to commit the foul, and there's another highlight slam. This time it's Logan Hill. And the announcer screamed out, that's why they call it flying to the hoop. You'll see exactly why here. Again, to go back to this, check out the spacing. The defense drawn in, Hill chasing from behind, and wham. This is the same basket they were all, the Polar Bears were throwing down in during the pregame warm-up, and they have just continued to bend that rim as you get another look at the brilliant passing. This will end with the layup. Defense went the wrong way, and Hill, he's got 4. You've seen both of his 4 in this quarter. One just a voracious slam, the other little touch layup. His team up 31-13. The number 13 team just outside of the top 10 in the Division I poll in the state of Ohio. 9-2 on the year. One of those losses to McKinley in the rivalry game on Friday night, 63-58. But they have played well here today in the opening. Was up 19-7 on the scoreboard after 1. Now they put up 12, and they've still got close to 3 minutes. That Springfield has not figured out the defense. Jeremiah Ward back in there playing with 2 fouls for Springfield. And I think Justin Johnston was kind of questioning which way that foul was going to go, because he felt that, and you see him shake his head right as he walks by, he felt that he was pushed off on. Again, here is a long 2. That's as long as you can get for Danny Davis without having to count for one more point. 31-15, as he had 6 points now to add to his total in this quarter. Around the defense on the spin move, back to the free throw line to the left. Springfield plays down to the baseline, kick back out, leaves a shooter wide open, and not many times you're going to see Kyle Young miss that shot. That is a rare opportunity there. Here comes Davis to the ring, or to the rim, gets it as an opportunity for 2 free throws. Danny's got offers from Michigan State, Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, Louisville, and Cincinnati for football. Cordell Looney, one of his teammates who you might see later on, has got an offer from, and he signed with the University of Kentucky to play football. As you get a look at the replay, just had to sky to get it off the inbound and drains the jumper. Davis has got 7 of his 9 points in this quarter and misses the second of those opportunities. 84% from the free throw line. So kind of rare that he is able to miss from there. Just 4 players have scored for Springfield, and they find themselves down by 15. And nobody is able to stop Kyle Young. The 6'8" junior continues to dominate. You can see why Matt Painter at Purdue would love to add him to the length and three-point shooting they've got out there in West Lafayette. Got a kid who I've seen put on some ridiculous shooting displays when he was at Elida and Dakota Mathias. Seaman now with his first foul. 33-16, 90 seconds to go. Puts Jeremiah Ward at the line, the 6'6" senior. Now also checking in for Isaiah Carson for the first time. Braden Underwood, a 6'3" junior, averaging 2 points and rebounds each contest that he has played in. Free throw good for Jeremiah. So 5 different players now have gotten into the books for Springfield. And Ward just missed, going 2 for 2 from the line. Down to the final minute, and you see just how good. Think about what Division I in Ohio is going to look like this year, as Logan Hill gets his 6th point of the quarter and 10th overall. Long three for Davis. Off the wing, a split-legged jumper won't go. Comes back down to the Polar Bears with a minute. And is given right back to the Gold Squad. And another foul. Braden Underwood, only checked in about 40 seconds ago in terms of the game time, has already made an impact as he gets himself to the line. And the foul on Jake Pilata. Braden now, the 6'3" junior, puts up the first free throw. And good. 33.3% from the line. Mike Sell back in for Jackson. Kind of tame right now in terms of the shoe game for the two squads on the floor. It's a lot of bright colors this year, and especially during the entire Flyin to the Hoop that we've seen. But mostly just whites and blacks and a couple of blue shoes for Springfield and Jeremiah Ward and Braden Underwood. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Defense being provided by Kalis Arnold. Kalis staying right with the defense and just running the weave to perfection, at least momentarily, was Jackson. The ball bounced down, and I was curious to see what they called. They're going to go with a foul against the Polar Bears. It'll be the second on Ben Seaman. And it'll walk Kalis Arnold, a 43% free throw shooter, to the free throw line. Kalis misses on the first, will not get a second. That is the 9th team foul against Jackson. 9 for them, 5 for Springfield. Final 14 seconds of action here in the first half. Beautiful little dribbling clinic being put on right now by Ben Seaman. Now feed into the post with 15 seconds. Back out top, jumper from the free throw line won't go, and that'll do it for the first half. Massillon Jackson 35, Springfield 16 as we hit the half here at Flyin to the Hoop, brought to you by Premier Health on SUVtv.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Start of the third quarter here inside the Trent Arena. The Premier Health Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, the 14th annual in 2016. Sometime in the next 2 days during one of the half times, we'll have the head guy, so to speak, in Eric Horseman. He'll be stopping by. Now, Springfield tried to get the first basket of the second half from Darius Harper. If you are a Springfield fan, please turn away or go get a sandwich or something when I read you these numbers. They went 7 of 30 from the field in the first half, 1 of 9 from behind the arc, 3 of 9 at the supposed charity stripe, and they turned the ball over just twice. Jackson, meanwhile, went 14 of 29, 5 of 11 from behind the arc, and those came from 5 different players, and one of those players was Kyle Young, who just knocked down his second triple. Kyle, 6'8", that kind of range as a junior. A ton of D1 programs looking at him. Rebound, and Darius Harper with the basket cuts the lead to 38-20, and simultaneously, kind of like a Schrodinger's cat theory, Justin Johnson is both here and there on each side. Just 3 turnovers in the first half for the Jackson Polar Bears and Coach Tim DeBevick. An 18-point lead, that with terrific three-point shooting. Inside, look, Darius Harper with back-to-back buckets. The big guy's got more points in the last 30 seconds than he did the entire first half, as he is up to 6, and it's the first foul on Logan Hill. Harper at the line, 32.4 this season. Got some English and then some on the roll. And it's a 7-3 run, actually, to start the third quarter for the Wildcats. Off-balance jumper missed by Young. Now out ahead, here comes the speedy Michael McKay. McKay, beautiful ball movement inside. Harper has his shot turned away by 6'5" Logan Hill. Hill back the other way, connects on the layup. So doing it on both ends of the floor right now is Hill. And he leads the entire contest with 12 points. 17-point lead. Michael McKay went for the quick crossover, and he dribbled it right off of the foot. Springfield with the turnover. Again, just their third. Both teams now with 3 and 4 on the now afternoon in the third game of the day at Flyin to the Hoop. 3 of 7. Jackson really wants to continue shooting from behind the arc, and right now with the way that they're shooting, it might not be a bad idea. Kyle Young wants to go into the post. They'll feed back down to him. He took a step, tried to create separation to get it back out to Justin Johnston with the second turnover. So almost as many turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half as the entire first half for the Polar Bears. A beautiful little floater from McKay. The teardrop good, and it is 40-25. And I swear to you, it doesn't matter how many people are sitting up here. Every time the Frickers chicken goes by, you have to give it a high five. That has been true of at least 8 people who have been up here in the last couple of days, including myself. Now the screen. Polar Bears, I don't even know how to describe that. Johnson just lost the handle on it. It'll go out of bounds down in the corner. Again, at Darius Harper. He's not liked a lot of the calls the officials have had for him today. He thought that his squad was going to be able to take that basketball, but it is Jake Pallotta who plays for the purple squad and will inbound. Harper partially blocked the shot of Logan Hill, at least stood in front of him long enough to help alter it. And we go back to the left side of the floor, and a foul just on the push. It'll be the second foul of the half against the Polar Bears, and the third against Jake Pallotta in the game. So he will now walk to the end of the bench along with Justin Johnson. Johnson is replaced by Jarrett Pallotta. Springfield with the basketball behind Danny Davis. Davis had it going in the second quarter where he picked up 7 of his 9 points. Now a deep three from super NBA range. Even Steph Curry would be proud of that one, at least in terms of where it was taken from, not the result. Drop pass, and you could see the idea for Kyle Young was brewing about trying to slam it over top of two Wildcat defenders. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to get the line as Darius Harper is going to be called for the foul. That is the first on Darius. And the free throw won't go for Kyle Young. Not very often he misses from the line. 81.5% from the line. Second free throw away, and that one's good. Now 1 out of 2 for the 6'8" junior. Imagine if he went to go on and play in Clemson, one of the schools that's offered him. He'd go from this bright purple to a bright orange. And he wasn't able to stop Danny Davis. Davis straight through the lane for his 11th point. 41-27 now in favor of Jackson. Almost halfway through this third quarter. Ball moving, just ridiculous. That's actually what sets up the slam. Kyle Young gets the basket, but ball movement for Coach DeBevic's crew has been just on point this entire game. And Isaiah Carson, Isaiah Carson is actually having a conversation where he's kind of yelling things at Kyle Nicholas. The problem is Kyle Nicholas does not play for him. He plays for Jackson. And he's saying something along the lines of, don't let him talk to me, he's not my player. We'll go with that. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. That was the third foul on Kyle Nicholas, who came in as a substitute. He shot missed and a rebound by Leonard Taylor. And another foul. As you get a look at the passing. You shouldn't be able to do that in terms of spacing. The entire defense on the backside, quick touch pass, and the flush by Kyle Young. Shane Kelly back into the game, had 5 in the first quarter. Now checks back in with 3:46 to go. Jumper from the baseline won't go for Harper or for Danny Davis. And Harper chased the rebound, but didn't chase it far enough because Kyle Nicholas now in the scorebook with his first 2. And the lead back to 18. Defense fell asleep, but Springfield cannot connect. It doesn't matter if it's a fancy shot or if it's a quick, clean shot. Either way, Harper with a foul on the way up. And I don't know if Logan Hill's looking at Florida Gulf Coast, but he was looking to go to Dunk City. Either way, Harper picks up foul number 2. That'll put Logan Hill at the line. Just a 60% free throw shooter. Florida Atlantic. I used the wrong one. Still. Misses the free throw. You get Coach DeBevic with the explanation from the officials. 1 out of 2 from the line. Doesn't get any easier for Jackson. Next Saturday, they take on, or actually next Friday night, I should say, they take on Green in one of those backyard rivalry games. January 30th, they take on Wayne, who are still undefeated after pulling off the win against IMG Academy and Demetric Trice last night here at Flyin to the Hoop. And the passes continue to go to Kyle Young, and he continues to dominate the scoreboard here in this quarter as he picks up his 15th point. 8 of those in this stanza. Springfield gets the ball back out of the timeout. And as you get a look at a couple of these replays here, and just a terrific crossover. Split 2 different defenders on his way to the basket. Danny Davis, and a little flare as well. In the third, though, it has been all Polar Bears as they've gotten scores from Kyle Young and Logan Hill. Got the 1 bucket from Kyle Nicholas right after he was seen jawing with Springfield coach Isaiah Carson. Carson, again, the co-coach of the year in the GWalk Central in 2013 and 2014. He's really helped sort of resurrect this program from what it was. Now, they're 9-3 on the year. The last couple of years, they've had a lot of talent. For a while, they had a problem where a lot of the kids who were good went to Huber Heights. Huber Heights, of course, where Wayne High School plays their games, and just could not keep those kids. But now they've got a solid base and a lot of good juniors and sophomores coming up, and the seniors as well. But if you can start your lineup with Danny Davis at the point, you're going to be a pretty good team. Davis now right on cue to Antoine Johnson. Why he didn't just go up for the layup, I don't know, but he got called for the travel. And another Springfield turnover. Out and running go the Polar Bears. Smart decision to pull up for Shane Kelly. Kelly wants it back. He'll stand about even with the Firebird logo here at Kettering Fairmont High School and the James S. Trent Arena. Size has been a huge advantage for Jackson so far. Three-point shooting as well. Rebounding that one, and that's one of the hardest fouls you'll see probably all day. It'll go on Darius Harper. That'll be foul number 3 on him. Actually, they'll give it to Antoine Johnson. Clearly was Darius Harper. And it'll put Logan Hill at the line where he has connected on 1 of 2 attempts. Make it 2 out of 3 in this quarter. 4 out of 5 overall. Couple of minutes to go here in the third. Hill gives his team another point and a bigger lead at 22, now 23. He did both of those. There's a stop as Kyle Young goes to the bench. Springfield caught picking the ball up in the backcourt. Davis didn't like it. He had to have a guy come bail him out in the form of Jeremiah Ward, who just came back in. And a foul right across the end line in front of the Springfield bench. Goes on Logan Hill. That will be his second. Northmont and Watkins Memorial next up on the schedule for Springfield as they look to get into wins in the double digits. Of course, Northmont in the GWalk, different division than Springfield, but still a big test for them. Now we're getting the late part of the schedule. Just 3 weeks to go here in Ohio before the start of, or before the tournament draw, as it is the first Sunday in February. Callis Arnold at the line, and ping pongs one in. 1 out of 2. He couldn't commit, or couldn't connect rather, on the 1-and-1 earlier on. Now to the bench, a couple of substitutions. You see Jared Pallotta, 50-28. Free throw straight up and won't go. The rebound, though. Impressive to stay with it for Jeremiah Ward off the Arnold miss. 50-30. Nobody on the back door, and even the fact that Michael Zitney lost the basketball, he was still able to pick it back up off the hip and find its way into the net. Long cross-court pass. Now, not smart passes here from Springfield in this quarter. Almost a dangerous pass and a turnover for Jackson. Down to the baseline goes Kyle Nicholas. Had his shot turned away. And the outlet from Davis. And I think you kind of got to watch out a little on the temper if you're Jeremiah Ward right now for Springfield. Justin Johnston gets foul numero dos. Again, people listening and watching all over the world right now, as one of those in Dave Kinzer watching in Lima, waiting for the Spartans to play. He's got a long wait as he enjoys all the games before that. They don't play until 8:30 tomorrow night against Thurgood Marshall. Spartans, number 2 team in Division I in the state of Ohio. Jackson sits at 13. As the second free throw opportunity is a miss. So 1 out of 2 for Dominique Parks. For his first point, he's the 7th different Wildcat that has scored. Now back up top with 1:05. Here are the Polar Bears. Through the lane and off the foul. It'll get Justin Johnson a chance to inbound the basketball. 17 fouls on Jackson, 3. I'll make it 4. Kalis Arnold picks up his first. The stack here on the left elbow. Everybody scatters. Quick ball movement. Back to Zitney. Now across and back up top with 1 minute to go for Shane Kelly. Kelly dribbles to his left, kind of a stall ball version of the offense right here, but it's worked out perfectly for Jackson. And Shane Kelly sent to the floor and back to the line momentarily. As it'll be a pair of fouls on the third foul by Jeremiah Ward. So he is the first player for Springfield to reach that plateau. There are 2 for Jackson that have done that. Zitney has misfired on both of his free throw attempts here so far. And it's a 52-31 lead. Cordell Looney, again, the football commit to the University of Kentucky. Right now, the football team needs any amount of bulk up front that it can get. 1 out of 2 for Michael Zitney. The SEC's alums right now playing pretty well as Cam Newton is just dissecting Seattle 31-0 in the second. Ball knocked out of bounds. Again, momentum and every loose ball going the way of the Jackson Polar Bears. Long cross-court pass, and Justin Johnson is 6'2". That pass was thrown where probably only Kyle Young or Michael Zitney could get to it, 6'8" and 6'9" respectively. A turnover for Jackson as we hit the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Game 3, St. Vincent St. Mary waiting in the wings. Danny Davis shows them a deep three-pointer as most of the Irish sitting behind the basket. Talking about big threes. Kyle Nicholas puts a stop to the third quarter with one from about halfway between here and Massillon, Ohio. As you get to see, look just how quickly he just sort of streaks behind. On the pull-up, Danny Davis goes running by, bang. 3 quarters in the books, 56-34 in favor of Jackson on SUVtv.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Danny Davis gets the foul shot after he completes, or looks to complete, the three-point play. Jay Pilata with the foul. Again, don't forget you can reach out at SUVtv on Twitter. We just saw the first free throw of the quarter. Not connect for Davis. He is 1 of 3 from that category. His team trailing it by 20. In the first meeting here with Jackson. Backdoor alley-oop. Throw it down, big man. Kyle Young, his second or third different flush in this game. And puts everybody up on their feet. Ball missed off the jumper from the outside for Springfield. And another foul as you get a look. Look, just comes off the screen and a beautiful toss to the back door by Shane Kelly. And he just continues to hang in the air and reap the benefits of terrific passing and floor spacing. Looney got called for the foul for Springfield after just checking in. Wanted to throw one past the quick hands of Callis Arnold. Unfortunately, Callis was there for Springfield to be able to keep it alive. Ball quickly stolen right back. And inside on the spin. Kick out for three. Shot off the rim, pulled down by Arnold. Now back the other way we go with Springfield trailing by 22. 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Game number 3. Again, behind the basket that Springfield is shooting at right now. As Danny Davis is fouled, there is most of the St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish. 10-2 on the year, coming off 4 straight wins and a win over Thurgood Marshall, who will be here on Monday. Coach Drew Joyce was up here at the half. He's not in the shot right now as you see the young men getting ready for the game, but man, that guy always dresses sharp. If I had half the money he has for tailors, I would probably be a lot better dresser, and my wife would be a lot happier. Free throw good for Danny Davis. He's got 19 points in the game, above his average of 18.5. Now cuts the lead back down to 19. Ball high, goes through the hands, and smart play by Jackson as they tipped it right back out of bounds, and it came back to Kyle Young. Young is tied for the game's leading scorer with his own 19 points. Back to Jackson. They come out with the trap trying to take the ball away. At no point do they able to get to Danny Davis. He got too far underneath the basket, though. Cleaned up with the left hand of Darius Harper. And Darius, after struggling in the first quarter, has picked up some momentum and got 9 of his 12 points that he gets per game on average. Defense back the other way. Another alley-oop just a little too high in the second shot. Rejected after Logan Hill missed the dunk. It's probably the only time that you can say that about this game is that a Jackson player mistimed an oop. And they throw way long looking for Shane Kelly. From what I hear, looks like one of Russell Wilson's passes today. Nowhere near its intended target. And it's a 19-point lead for Jackson. 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Tonight, of course, finishing up with the preseason #1 team in Division II in the Dayton-Dunbar Wolverines as they take on the preseason #14 team in Division I in the Gahanna-Lincoln Lions. Nick Ward headed to Michigan State, a big part of that game. Isaiah Carson always with the coach casual look. Sees his star in Ward get to the line. Jeremiah knocks down the first of 2 free throws. He is 2 of 3 for his 4 points. And it's down to an 18-point lead. Six dribbles. 6 quick power dribbles before the throw by Ward. He misses on the second of 2. And as we come up on 5 minutes to go, a pass down underneath and a double dribble, but smart move by Logan Hill. He's got humongous feet. He stands right in front of the baseline. He's got to be about 2 inches in front of where the baseline is, but he tried to essentially pass it back to himself so as not to be out of bounds. Either way, he ends up with a turnover. And now a free throw after the aforementioned 6'5" junior is nailed for his third foul. Michael McKay to the free throw line for the first time for Springfield. Short on his first offering. 6-foot junior averages 15 points a game. He's got just 5. Shoots 62% from the free throw line. And rolls in 1 out of 2. 60-43 now. Now, defense fell asleep. And some of these plays are just exactly like that. As the points goes up on the board for Ben Seaman, that's points in every even quarter. He's got 5 overall, lead back to 19. Now the spin into the middle of the lane for McKay. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Gold Squad. 9-3 on the year. And they got to win the other night as they represent the G-Walk. Now they feed down to the right block. Ooh, nice spin move. The left-hand power dribble. And the foul from behind will put Darius Harper, the future Miami Red Hawk, at the free throw line. It'll be the 4th on Logan Hill to go along with his 4th foul and 15 points. Harper, got it. He's actually hit his last 2 free throws and is 2 of 4 overall. Four and a half minutes. Harper off the back rim from Jackson, getting win number 10 on the season. Again, they've got a state title to their credit. Their head coach, Tim DeBevick, was an assistant before he acquired what he refers to as his dream job. Grew up watching his Barberton Magics win a state title as a kid and said he wanted to be a part of that. He's been a part of that, and he's got a good, solid squad that could make some noise in the Division I tournament this year. And as they continue to do things like that, get it into the corner to Kyle Young and get it back to Ben Seaman, they can make a lot of teams pretty nervous on the defensive end. 3-point shooting in the first 5 threes that they made in the first half. They went 5 of 11. 5 different players accounted for those triples. Now not needing a lot more points with 3:35 to go. They will get an opportunity to earn them from the free throw line. We're in the bonus the rest of the way, both ways. Possession arrow says Springfield, all 3s on the time clock. And Shane Kelly, 6 for 6 on the year from the line. Misses it. Sorry, Shane. If your mom and dad are watching, that's my fault. Back the other way. Springfield drop pass underneath to Darius Harper. The left-hand scoop won't go. Another bunny. We saw that in a couple of earlier games. Now as Springfield goes on the offensive underneath and off the glass for Jeremiah Ward. Jeremiah came off the bench, averages 5.4 points per game. He's got 6. And a timeout. 64-46, 3:10 to go as Springfield will get the ball coming out of the break. Again, fantastic basketball on hand the rest of this afternoon. 9-4, Roger Bacon will take on the number 1 team in Division II in the Akron St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish. 10-2 on the year, but 4 straight wins, including beating number 12 in the AP and Thurgood Marshall by a 55-52 margin. 26-1 last year. They lost in the regional finals to Canton Central Catholic. They return home to the LeBron James Arena next week and take on John Glenn. But Roger Bacon, the opponent here tonight, followed by Garfield Heights and Coach Sonny Johnson as they do battle with Huntington Prep. Not very happy as that squad right now. They lost on a Josh Jackson buzzer beater to Prolific Prep 64-63. They feature Indiana commit Curtis Cujo Jones And then you'll have the API, Advanced Prep Bulldogs, coming in here to take on IMG Academy before finishing up with Gahanna, Lincoln, and Dunbar. Again, a tremendous schedule on tap here inside the Trenton Arena for the remainder of day number 3. A ton of terrific games tomorrow as well, ending with the 419 in the house as the Lima Senior Spartans, before they battle Lima Central Catholic in a tremendous matchup between the D3 number 1 and the D1 number 2. Next week at home in Lima, they have to do battle here with Thurgood Marshall. Danny Davis knocks down the triple to cut the lead to 64-49, but a slam again from Logan Hill. His first 2 points of the quarter. What an emphatic way to get your 17th point overall. And there goes Shane Kelly to the bench. 66-49. Man, there have been some really nice throwdowns off alley-oops or off the fast break here for Jackson in this contest. Deep 3 again for Springfield. Won't go. An opportunity to run the fast break. Here come the Polar Bears, thrown way out ahead, and a quick layup for Ben Seaman. He's got 9. Trying to become the 4th different player for Jackson to get into double figures. It's 68-49. There's just 2 minutes left on the scoreboard here in the 4th. Making a strong move to the lane and missing off the glass is Braden Underwood. Here comes Jackson crashing the boards and crashing out on the fast break. It'll be the first time Logan Hill's been involved in a foul in a little bit that was not on him. It'll go on Antoine Johnson and be his second. Hill said the one hiccup in his game, 60%. Averages 13 points, 7 rebounds a game. And has made now all but 1 of his 7 free throws. So improving the average and helping the scouts take notice. Being looked at by BG Toledo and Florida Atlantic pretty seriously. I know I've seen for sure 2 of those coaches here in the building. The third is reportedly going to be here sometime this week or between today and tomorrow. One of about 20 college coaches in the building. 3 ball won't go for Springfield again, and again Jackson comes down with a rebound as they are going to get a complete line change, but not before Danny Davis ends up almost wearing the announcer as a hat. Grant Freeze, or Brendan Freeze, a 5'10" senior. Stanislawski, Ethan Stanislawski, a 6-foot sophomore. One of the 5 players that came in as well, along with Freeze. Now he will get it down into the corner. They'll work it back, see what the Polar Bears can do with the basketball in a minute 17. As they try and get as many players in here in the latter stages of this game as possible. 3 from the back corner is no good. And a minute left in the 4th. Fortunately not working out for Springfield as they will see their possibility of picking up a winning streak come to an end. One on Friday night to get to 9-3 overall. But that will come to a stop unless they can hit 21 points in the next about the next 36 seconds. Danny Davis tries to do that all by himself. He's got 24. But a bank in from Ethan Stanislawski. Ethan, 0.7 points a game, hits the triple. 73-51. Shot missed again. Springfield had it blocked. That's a big hand from Sam Shue, the 6'3" junior. Back with 14 seconds comes Shue and the offense. They'll run it through. Stanislawski for 3. Bottoms up, no good. And the rebound comes down to Cordell Looney. Final 2 seconds, and that will do it here for game number 3. A 73-54 as Leonard Taylor gets into the scorebook. his first, but that won't be enough to put it in to that score. 73-54. Springfield drops to 9-4. Massillon improves to 10-2. As you get a look at one of the big highlight plays in the game, Logan Hill just throwing down the alley-oop and abusing the rims. Game 3 in the books. Game 4 with Akron St. Vincent St. Mary taking on Roger Bacon in just about half an hour. You're watching the 2016 Premier Health Flyin to the Hoop on SUVtv.